president, and later having his supervised release revoked when he was caught entering an area around the White House in 2023. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are falling this morning. At the World Baseball Classic, Italy advances.
What a night for Pasquantino. That one, I'm not sure if he got it all. Let's see. It's deep. It is gone.
Vinny Pasquantino hit 3 home runs, powering Italy into the quarterfinals, beating Mexico 9-1 on FS1. That also clinches a spot in the quarters for Team USA. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
It is the Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. It is March 12th, 2026. Show producer Brent Cruz, and we have Jason Caterina from AccuWeather should be joining us in about 3 minutes. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Appreciate you waking up with 710 KURV. The nation's first oil refinery in 50 years. Yeah, it's going to be here in the Valley. We'll be moving dirt very soon, so that new oil refinery at the Port of Brownsville, announced by President Donald Trump this week, is going to break ground in April. Port of Brownsville Director William Dietrich, who joined KURV, confirming it's going to be built on 240 acres of land about 2 miles west of the Shrimp Basin. The project is going to provide about 1,500 jobs. Got to build that project, and 500 permanent jobs. Economic impact on Brownsville and the RGV, undeniably huge. And the impact on the state of Texas?
It'll be another feather in the cap of the Texas oil industry. The Indian energy company Reliance is funding the project, and they've signed a 20-year deal to buy the refined oil. But University of Houston energy fellow Ed Heer says this is not going to have a big impact on the Texas oil patch.
That oil is being exported today. So what they're just going to do is refine it, process it, and then send it on to the Indian Oil Company.
It is a big deal for Brownsville. It'll create thousands of permanent jobs when the construction is finally complete.
It's 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. A Cameron County commissioner is facing a DWI charge after a crash earlier this week. Brownsville police saying that Precinct 2 Commissioner Joey Lopez was arrested after a crash near the 1100 block of Ruben Torres Boulevard. Happened Tuesday. Investigators say that the incident was a minor traffic crash, but that Commissioner Lopez was at fault and showed signs of impairment at the scene. Commissioner Lopez has sent out a statement apologizing for the incident and says he's cooperating with authorities. At 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. Now, the Texas news, the future of Texas travel will not be on the highway. It's going to be in the air.
It sounds like something out of the Jetsons. The feds announcing this week that they're backing an air taxi program that will connect Texas's big cities. TxDOT Sergio Roman says these are similar to helicopters.
They can take off vertically, and then they might switch to forward flight that makes them more efficient.
He says right now they're building a highway in the sky. At first, he says the aircraft will carry packages and may be used for emergency transportation. The next phase includes people.
That's Michael Board reporting at 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. And this note from Costco, where you go to get stacks of toilet paper and pallets full of juice and water. Costco is in the news partnering with a fertility network to offer low-cost fertility care across the nation.
Assisted reproductive specialists from RMA Network will work with Costco to provide widespread access to fertility services for those who face barriers. Costco says you'll get coordinated care through every step of the process. All it takes is a Costco membership, and you'll get an 80% savings on key fertility drugs. I'm Mark Mayfield.
And get delicious, inexpensive hot dog, right? Like a huge hot dog, or what other junk food do they have there? Like pizza? Or like they haven't changed the price like in decades, right? 30, 40 years, like $1.25 hot dog, something like that. Time is 7:09. It is AccuWeather with the time. And big thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. They provide us a 7 o'clock AccuWeather. Martin Farm and Ranch, Monte Cristo, Edinburgh, Purina Feed and Fencing Supplies at Martin Farm and Ranch. Give Dougie a big hug if you stop by. Don't give him a huggy. That's a different. We don't need any of those, right? Just the babies need those. It's AccuWeather time. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. Hey, thank you for the the slightly cooler weather for today.
Yeah, wait till Monday. We got another big change coming briefly. But wait a minute. Wait.
What?
Since you can only buy things in bulk at Costco, does that mean that if you go for fertility treatments, you wind up with like quintuplets or something like that every time?
That's a good one. Yeah. Right? It never fails. All these people, well, a bunch of people get fertility clinics. At least they have twins. At least twins. Yeah. So suddenly I'm remembering what was that lady?
Octomom.
Octomom, remember?
Yeah, Octomom.
That's crazy. Yeah. I love babies. But you know what? I love at this age, I love sleep a heck of a lot more. So I don't know if I could do that right now. All right. So tonight, upper 40s and low 50s tonight.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow not as cool as today. So today would be the cool day, right? Upper 70s.
Yeah, it starts to heat back up for us.
Right.
So upper 70s, low 80s today, mid and upper 80s tomorrow, mid 80s to low 90s Saturday. Sunday, 90 to 100.
Oof. Yeah.
Then Monday, we got a big front coming through Sunday night into Monday, only near 70 on Monday.
Nice. Very nice. So yeah, there it is, Freddie. Guess what? Texas week next week. And that means the half naked spring breakers on South Padre come Monday morning early Monday morning should be what, in the 40s maybe?
50 mid 50s Sunday night, upper 60s, low 70s Monday, near 80 Tuesday.
Yeah, so it's probably nice and cold, upper 40s on Monday night. So either way, that's the cold front that we were expecting for spring break around here.
Yeah, right on time.
Yeah,
right as the week starts.
So nasty travel weather for families headed to other parts of Texas as a result of Monday, like, Houston and Central Texas.
It's really not. It's not like a stormy front. It's mostly just a windy front, and that's everywhere, all the way up from Houston. Well, Houston, a couple of showers and a thunderstorm in the evening Sunday night, but there's no rain anywhere else. Just strong winds during the day Sunday, which are going to shift into the north and bring in the cooler air.
Yeah, we need a bit more moisture around here, so good luck with that. We're not going to see that with this next cold front. And for highs today, again, upper 70s, 80s, upper 80s for tomorrow. And I had the list here. What did I do with the AccuWeather list? Oh, here it is. On the menu for today, what's there to eat? Oh, popcorn. It's Popcorn Lovers Day. So not necessarily popcorn. It's the people who love popcorn. That's what we're celebrating today. And Girl Scouts, we're celebrating Girl Scouts today. Just give us some cookies. We'll find a way to properly celebrate that. And we also celebrate working moms. If you're a mom, you're working for a living, God bless y'all. Taking care of the babies and putting food on the table. All right. Thank you, Chase. We'll check with you next hour. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on 710 KURV. The time is 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. We'll stick around. Conversation with the chairman of the governing institution that controls the Port of Brownsville. Again, the big story for the week. And for several days, it's that oil refinery coming to the nation, first one in 50 years at Brownsville, at the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. Steve Guerra, the chairman of the board for the governing authority over the port. That's coming up at about 7:15. Meantime, Senator John Cornyn in the news. He is calling for changes to Senate rules, trying to clear a logjam of legislation.
He wrote in a New York Post op-ed that he supports whatever changes to Senate rules that may prove necessary to pass the Save America Act. He then joined Fox Business, telling Larry Kudlow,
"We may have to do this alone, and I support the talking filibuster that Senator Lee and others have been promoting."
Some Republicans think forcing a talking filibuster would eventually allow a vote on the Save America Act. Cornyn writes that he urges the remaining Republican colleagues holding on to the old position to reassess the new reality and update their thinking.
That's Eric Bushman with that report. Time is 7:14 on the Valley's Morning News. Again, more reaction to that whopper of a headline, huge business headline, and it comes from the Valley, the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. We get that big refinery, the oil refinery coming to the Port of Brownsville. They're going to move dirt on this in April, they say, and they've got other big projects that are in the works as well at the Port of Brownsville. Steve Guerra, the chairman of the board at the port. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Tune in for the Michael Berry Show, weeknights starting at 6 on News Talk 710 KURV, KURV.com, and on the Radio Power.me app.
News Talk 710 KURV is your one and only station in the Valley for Houston Astros play-by-play. So come March 26th, it's the Astros hosting the Angels. Season opener, March 26th, afternoon game, live from Houston, right here on 710 KURV. This conversation taking place at the HQ for the RGV Port of Brownsville with the amazing news. Just another life-changing, future-changing economic earthquake, as I've been talking about. We've got an oil refinery. It's confirmed. President Trump, he let the cat out of the bag. We're good with it. We got everybody jumping for joy around here. And the good thing is that with all the things taking place at the Port of Brownsville, there's some other good things on the horizon. It's amazing how things are changing for the better, for our families, for our kids, for our future. And the economic engine of the RGV, and for that matter, by extension, a good chunk of Texas now, is the Port of Brownsville. So let's flesh out a bit more of this great news. Now, Steve Guerra, chairman. That's the only title I know is chairman. Okay, Steve. So specifically, what is the title of the navigation district, board, all that stuff? What is the specific title?
We are the Board of Commissioners of the Brownsville Navigation District and Canal Commissioners. Okay, that's the official title.
Yeah, that'll play one time. I'll call him chairman from this point on.
Yes.
All right.
We could keep it at chairman. That works.
Let's talk about the economic impact, the billions of dollars in investment by this Indian firm, the jobs for constructing, the permanent jobs afterwards.
Well, I mean, overall, and I mentioned this earlier in the press conference, we've been working on over $20 billion of projects that we have here in the pipeline at the Port of Brownsville. This is one of many. Very excited when the president put out his Truth Social post. We knew something was coming. We knew the announcement was imminent. We just didn't know when, and we don't control that timeline, as you well know. But once we did, we wanted to make sure we got our message out there. We wanted to make sure the public knew what was going on, and we want to make sure the public knows what comes with a project of this magnitude.
Let's take inventory. So of the hundreds of jobs that will come from this, I think you said like 500 or so, and about over 1,000, and an extended impact for us, probably a couple of thousand to build this. Let's take inventory. Yes. LNG down the street.
6,000.
6,000.
Yes, sir.
6,000 there. With probably more on the way, right?
Yes. We hope that the 6,000 continues to grow. We have obviously people out at SpaceX every day. There are going to be some announcements that come here in the next few weeks. That's going to continue adding to the jobs and really getting these high-paying jobs for our people, making sure, and it's something that we always ask these companies, these CEOs, these presidents when they come in. We're looking for good-paying jobs for our people. We're looking for fair wages. And I communicated to them all the time. We are a border county, a border community, but come pay our people the fair wages that they deserve.
Now, we've got three major economic events with LNG, with SpaceX, now with the oil refinery. On the horizon, a couple more that are there on the way, more jobs on the way. Where do we find all these people?
Well, we're out there actively recruiting, and I have to acknowledge my port team. They're out there every day, and these aren't just promises. We're getting out there. We're delivering. This is real economic development. We're delivering every day for the people of South Texas.
In this press conference that hastily put together because President Trump again, he released the information, and looking forward to more events in the near future to maybe announce more companies coming here as well. It'd be nice if maybe he could visit us down here.
Well, you know, there was that rumor out there. From what's been communicated to us is that and the official groundbreaking for this project will be in April. Okay. So the rumor is out there that the president might visit us. The governor, obviously, and hopefully he will be down here celebrating huge milestones, senators and congressmen, everybody. We invite everybody because at the end of the day, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, this is a win for South Texas.
Absolutely. And maybe the next one will be catered as well. Unless, you know, we hastily put something together, we have tacos.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, we've got to talk to Mr. Dietrich on that one.
We are known for shipbuilding
yes.
at the Port of Brownsville. And I was speaking to the chief, William G. Dietrich, and I'll speak with him again here in the near future, but Power Ship, they have taken the ball and starting to run with it. So we got more shipbuilding coming to Brownsville.
That is one of the projects that we have in mind. They are actually looking to expand their footprint here at the Port of Brownsville and actually bring in more jobs. And, you know, regarding that specific industry, there are going to be other projects that we're going to be announcing soon, really going to transform the local economy, transform all of South Texas. It's huge things, exciting times here at the Brownsville. We're really looking forward to continuing to serve the people of Cameron County.
Steve Guerra, he's chairman of the governing entity of the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. I don't remember the full title on that one. But because of all these jobs, and it's diverse industry. Now, this Texas A&M Training Center showing up just in time. I suspect they and probably TSTC and TSC, the university, UTRGV, probably playing a role in creating the pipeline of workers in the near future.
Absolutely, and that's been another focus on my team here at the Port of Brownsville, making sure we have our workforce ready for the jobs of tomorrow. So yes, we're excited to have Texas A&M here investing in South Texas, and more importantly, investing in the people of South Texas. We're going to have the Rio Grande Advanced Manufacturing Facility here. We're going to look at robotics and AI and getting our workforce ready, and we're also going to look at making sure that we have the best of pipe fitters and welders, and that's where key players like Texas Southmost College and TSTC, Texas A&M, everybody. This is going to be one of those times where we're going to need all hands on deck.
And more than likely, because what you all have told us before, about 60-70% of all the thousands of jobs that are right now in the works and people working, like 60-70% are Valley folks, or people who left the Valley. The brain drain is coming back. So there's probably a pool that we could tap into, folks that come back to the Valley.
So the last numbers that were reported to us, it was 73% of the workforce out at the LNG. So those are big numbers, and those are numbers that are going to come and make sure that we take care of our families, make sure the people of Cameron County are taken care of, and get those good paying jobs for them here.
Back to the economic impact.
Sure.
Obviously, with billions of dollars in investment, and these operations that are generating billions in revenue, just if you can't just touch a little bit on the tax base expansion and revenue that we're going to see to county, city, port, all that in your future.
I mean, it's going to be, when you're looking at not only what's here, what's coming, the rest that comes with these projects, it's going to transform the economy all up and down the Rio Grande Valley. So we're excited for that. But I do want to touch on something, because I know there's been some comparisons out there, and I want to clarify some issues when we talk about what's been happening in Corpus Christi versus what's happening here at the Port of Brownsville.
The water issue.
There's water issues, there's land issues, right, and there are stark differences between what we've done here and what's going on up there. Obviously, we wish them the best, and we hope that they fix all those issues. But here at the Port of Brownsville, we've been proactive in some of these areas. When I was asked to continue serving as chairman of the board in 2024, we came up with a really, really aggressive infrastructure plan. So there are no issues with our water. We're in talks to get those issues taken care of for the next 50 years. We're in talks to make sure that we have the necessary energy here and mitigation land. So that's really important. Also, one big difference between the Port of Corpus Christi and us is that we have over 40,000 acres down here, the largest landowning port authority in the United States. They don't have much room for expansion over there. Very different ports, very different situations, but ultimately what we're trying to do out here is move that economic needle, take care of the families of Cameron County.
You know what else came to mind, Steve, was the, by the way, Steve Guerra, he's the chairman of the board, the governing body over the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. The technology for refining in Corpus Christi, that is 1960s,
correct,
1970s technology. And I think it's probably good to keep repeating that this Indian firm, they're working with the most advanced clean machinery and refining instruments in order to generate that gasoline.
So it's been over 50 years since a refinery has been built in the United States. So you can imagine the technology, how it's evolved throughout the years. Again, it's the environmental impact is very important to us. It's very important to us. Make sure, these people are going through the FERC regulations, they're going through the state, and there are stringent rules that they have to abide by. Also, it's important for them to come down here and let the public know. Tell them what's happening, really dispel some of these rumors out there, because all of a sudden people suppose things. In the last 50 years of technology is really going to change things. People imagine smokestacks going up and down the highway, and I don't think that's going to be the case here. So, but again, for transparency's sake, we're going to make sure that the public knows exactly what's coming to your port.
There's so many materials and resources that go into developing a brand new refinery. I'm thinking steel beams, and of course you got all these tubes and pipes and things like that. Is there a potential domino effect where maybe some of these suppliers can set up shop here and also export to the world?
Well, and I'm glad you bring that up. Yes, I spoke earlier, when we talk about supply chains, when we're talking about, steel coming in and coming out, and us being a pass-through economy, the ultimate goal for me is to make sure that we have that value added here at the Port of Brownsville in South Texas and really get those high-paying jobs for our people. That's what it equates to at the end of the day.
One item that I found very interesting, this oil refiner, will provide its own power and put juice on the grid. And, do you have any idea how much increased capacity they put in there?
I don't have those numbers with me, and I also want to respect the fact that we still have those NDAs in place, and we're going to let them, when it's time that they announce, we'll let them come out with those numbers. But again, it's exciting times here at the Port of Brownsville. This is one of many projects that are coming. We worked really hard out here, worked really hard for the people of South Texas, and these aren't just promises. We're delivering real results to the people.
Yeah, it's important to remind folks of this news note from a few days back. The president sat down high-tech a few days back and said, boys, you need to generate your own power for your high-tech industry, which this complements the fact that they show up and this refiner produces an own power and puts it on the grid. Much like we've heard plenty that Elon Musk, in his expansion, he's going to produce his own power and put it on the grid, which is good for the community because you get more juice, more power for Texas. Let me check my notes. Oh yeah, the dredging of the port. I asked you during the press conference if we would not be talking today about this oil refiner, if the channel had not been deepened.
Well, like I said, I think the channel deepening project is, if not the most important, it's one of the most important projects. It was a project that took 16 years in the making, and I was honored to actually sign that deal, the first of its kind, a first public-private partnership between the United States Army Corps of Engineers and NextDecade. So does it benefit us? Absolutely. I know at the time we were projecting about $1 billion more of products coming through the port. I think that is going to continue growing. But so to answer your question, it definitely helps us. I can't tell you if yes or no if they would be here. I could tell you it absolutely does help us.
I went the long way around the barn just to ask, did we need this? Do we need it for the ships related to the oil refinery?
Well, just like in an airport, the longer the runway, the bigger the airplanes. Same thing goes with the channel. The deeper the channel, the heavier the vessels that could come in, more product. What does more product mean? More jobs for our people.
Hello, cargo container traffic. Hello.
Well, hopefully we'll get somebody in
Can we
here.
see some more cranes out here maybe for that?
Well, we're going to continue working, and we're going to continue adding to that $20 billion that we're going to have people come invest here in South Texas.
Chairman, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And
Big day.
continued success.
Thank you.
As I like to tell our friends that are hitting it out of the ballpark, your success will be our success.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Chairman.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here.
Yes, sir. Esteban Steve Guerra, Chairman of the governing entity of our Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. You're in tune with the Valley's morning news on News Talk 710 KURV. And this check of headlines, a service of Edinburgh Consolidated Independent School District. It is open enrollment at Edinburgh CISD. From the babies, give me a kiss, pre-K 3, all the way to graduation. Exciting programs, caring teachers, future of possibilities, open enrollment at Edinburgh CISD. Senator John Cornyn in an op-ed saying that he supports getting rid of the Senate filibuster, the 60 votes needed to move any legislation forward. He supports getting rid of it if necessary to pass the voter ID bill, the Save America Act. And scientists may have discovered a pill to treat sleep apnea.
A European clinical trial found that the drug sulfiame was remarkably effective in reducing breathing interruptions in people with moderate to severe sleep apnea. Researchers at the University of Gothenburg in Germany say patients taking higher doses had up to 47% improved oxygen levels and fewer pauses in breathing during sleep. They think their findings could pave the way for a medication-based alternative to CPAP machines. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Thank you for joining us on the Valley's Morning News. This is your station for Astros baseball. Season starts March 26th. Get all the play-by-play here. Weeknights and weekends, Astros baseball on 710 KURV. Check of sports up next. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, the top commercial roofing outfit in this entire region. And they got major footprints, major projects nationwide. It is a standard of excellence, not only in what they produce, but also on safety issues that you need to know about. When you call Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, and by the way, your first experience with them would be an amazing value, a free experience that they offer you because they'd like to meet you. They've got so many plates spinning in the air. So many different projects, big projects and moderate size, small projects all over the place. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, almost 130 years of experience in commercial roofing systems and a culture of excellence in producing and repairing upkeep on commercial roofing systems and safety. It is safety that they've been focusing on, laser focusing on, and focusing on their employees, making sure that they're happy and stress-free on financial issues and preparing for the future and saving as well. They take care of their people. By taking care of them, they're taking care of you because you got happy employees showing up. Again, your first experience could be a free one. Allow the folks at Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, the folks who know what to look for, let them look at your commercial roofing systems, all of them. Take a look at all of them, see if everything's okay, and they'll be honest with you. If everything is okay, hey, call them back in a couple of years. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, you need them. Call them now. Again, free appointment, free estimate and assessment of your commercial roofing systems at 956-655-6178.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburgh today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from a great selection of Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2026 Volvo XC40 with all the technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $399 a month. That's right, $399 a month. We shop the competition so you don't have to at Volvo Cars Edinburgh, a Bird Ogden Auto Group dealership. Dale gas!
Your Houston Astros are gearing up. Big hits, big moments. Each weeknight and weekend game. All season long. Houston Astros baseball returns soon on News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Houston Rockets fell hard to the Denver Nuggets last night with a final score of 129-93. Nikola Jokic put up a triple-double with 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists, while Jamal Murray put in 30 on 11 of 22 shooting, and Christian Brown had 19. For the Rockets, Amin Thompson led the way with just 16 points, while Jabari Smith Jr. and Kevin Durant had 11. The Rockets as a whole shot just 43% from the field and an abysmal 12% from the three-point line, hitting just 4 of 33. They also could only convert 5 of 14 free throws. Denver, on the other hand, was lights out, scoring at a 55% rate, including 17 of 32 shots from 3. With the loss, Houston is now tied for third in the Western Conference with 40 wins and 25 losses. The team has a day off today before returning to action tomorrow as they take on the New Orleans Pelicans with tip-off scheduled for 7. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Dylan Moore.
At the World Baseball Classic, Team USA can breathe a sigh of relief after Italy crushed Mexico 9-1 to clinch the top seed in Pool B. Vinny Pasquantino hit 3 solo homers in the win that clinched a spot for Team USA in the quarterfinals. The Americans will take on Canada Friday. Kawhi Leonard erupted for a game-high 45 as the Clippers dropped a $153 in their win over the Timberwolves. The Cardinals released quarterback Kyler Murray, who will visit with the Vikings today after the Ravens backed out of the trade with the Raiders for Max Crosby, then signed Trey Hendrickson. Crosby declared on social media, "I'm a Raider, I'm back." That's sports. I'm Ronza Moss.
What a pleasant forecast for today. Upper 70s and low 80s. That's the forecast high today. And tonight, AccuWeather says the range should be 48, 47, 48, Mid-Valley, Western Valley, and about 52 at the beach tonight. 48 to 52. They're very nice. Highs tomorrow should be in the upper 80s again. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. Again, these are all wait times headed back to the U.S. from the overnight. You guys working the Maquilas or any working Mexico. 30 minutes at Ansalduas, 45 at Hidalgo, 45 at the Far Bridge, and headed back to Brownsville. 1 hour, B&M and Gateway, and about 35, 40 at the Veterans Bridge. Thank you for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV. This is the Valley's Morning News, and we got some business news. Check of your money up next.
Stop into Fiesta Chevy in Edinburgh, your truck capital of the RGV, and take advantage of incredible savings now during Chevy Truck Month. When you drive a new Silverado for just $119 per month, or take $15,000 off MSRP. That's right, just $119 a month lease, or save an incredible $15,000 off MSRP. Save huge where it's always a Fiesta. We shop the competition so you don't have to with the #1 Chevy dealer in the Valley. Come see Billy Kelly today at Fiesta Chevrolet Edinburgh. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Dale gas.
If you've got land to work, you need equipment that works. When it's time to cut, clear, grade, haul, or build, you don't need toys. You need real equipment. At Tops Power, we've got the machines to tame your yard, your acreage, or run your landscape business. From zero-turn mowers and utility equipment to real tractors built for real work. Looking for a compact tractor that punches above its weight? Check out Solis Tractors. Tough, dependable, and built to handle everything from mowing and grading to loader work and property maintenance. Perfect for a couple acres, a small ranch, or your growing lawn and landscape business. And when the job's done, Tops Power has your back with expert service, factory-trained techs, fast turnaround, and a service department that keeps your equipment running season after season. Don't struggle with underpowered equipment. Don't rent it. You can own the right equipment for the job with Tops Power. Tops Power on Tyler Avenue in downtown Harlingen, or click topspower.com. Tops Power, the Guache Tough.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
Get ready for big savings at Bert Ogden Chevy in Mission now during Chevy Truck Month when you save on a new Silverado with $15,000 off MSRP or just $119 per month. That's right, take $15,000 off MSRP or just $119 a month lease. Come in now or shop online at BertOgdenChevrolet.com. Visit Jacob and his amazing team in Mission today. We shop the competition so you don't have to. Only at Bert Ogden Chevrolet Mission. Chevy, together let's drive.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Dom Savino with your Money Now. Refunds from President Trump's canceled tariffs could come before the summer. That's according to researchers at Barclays, which say the $175 billion in tariff revenue invalidated by last month's Supreme Court ruling will likely be returned in the second quarter of this year. It's unclear what's going to happen next, whether companies will keep the money, lower their prices to pass along that impact, or return the funds directly to customers. Prototypes of the next-gen Xbox console are on their way. Microsoft will send them to video game developers next year as it looks to narrow the gap with Nintendo's Switch and Sony's PlayStation console. It's an important move for Microsoft, which saw Xbox hardware revenue fall more than 30% last quarter. On Wall Street, investors are worrying once again the U.S.-Iran war will reignite inflation. Oil prices are up 6% and climbing. That's got stock futures continuing to tumble, down about 0.75%. That's your Money Now.
AccuWeather says highs today should be in the upper 70s, low 80s, and lows tonight, upper 40s. Nice. Very nice. Upper 40s for tonight. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Right now, temperatures upper 60s across South Texas. Fox News coming up in 2 minutes on News Talk 710 KURV. JP and Jeff and Amigo Power Equipment inviting you to stop by and take a look at all that beautiful Kubota equipment, all that orange colored equipment from Kubota, those compact tractors, the zero-turn mowers, all the attachments. It's all the equipment that you need to get the job done at your ranch. You love your land. You got plans for it. Get those plans accomplished. It's Kubota Orange Days at Amigo Power Equipment. Great deals on all this versatile, reliable, rugged Kubota equipment. And now through June 30th at Amigo Power Equipment, JP and Jeff can offer you 0% financing if you qualify, or you could save up to $5,500 off select compact tractors. The sale ends soon. Again, June 30th is this specific special. It ends soon. Get information at gokubota.com. Or just stop by and visit with JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment, Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
Tune in later Thursday morning to The Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV. He'll be on location broadcasting from Mercedes as we kick off day one of the RGV Livestock Show and Rodeo. We'll be meeting incredible FFA students, checking out their animals, and spotlighting the hard work behind the projects they'll be submitting. Thursday's broadcast from day one of the RGV Livestock Show and Rodeo is brought to you in part by Idea Public Schools, proud to support the next generation of leaders with News Talk 710 KURV.
Save more with the #1 team in Texas, Bert Ogden Buick GMC in Edinburgh. Take advantage of amazing savings and drive a new 2026 Buick Envista for just $159 a month. You heard right, just $159 a month or $3,500 off MSRP. We know who's #1, you, our valued customer. Come see Billy Kelly and his amazing team in Edinburgh today. We shop the competition so you don't have to at the #1 team in Texas. Come find out why Buick is exceptional by design today at Bert Ogden Buick GMC in Edinburgh.
Dale gas.
Everything you need to know to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
It's the pulse of the 956. This is News Talk 710 KURV, the Valley's Morning News. Appreciate you joining us online as well. Producer Freddie catapults this radio show on 710 KURV, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and anything else live he can find. He's an animal putting us online. So right now, temperatures upper 60s and highs today should be upper 70s. Very nice forecast for South Texas. News on 710 KURV is a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Iran targets the oil industry. The International Energy Agency reporting the conflict is creating the biggest oil supply disruption in world history. 2 tankers attacked by Iran.
Tankers on fire as the crews were reportedly evacuated with 1 person killed.
Fox's Trey Inks in Tel Aviv. Energy Secretary Chris Wright telling Fox's Aisha Hasni U.S. oil reserves will be tapped next week to help lower gas prices. The UN's refugee agency says up to 3.2 million people in Iran have been displaced by the fighting, some going to Armenia.
We asked him why he decided to leave the country instead of going out on the streets and protesting. Here's what he said. I'm not sure you can protest this regime. They have a religious view. So anybody who protests against them is God's enemy.
That's Fox's Steve Harrigan. And Qatar's defense ministry says it intercepted another missile from Iran. America's listening to Fox News.
Update on the big economic news for the area. Again, the nation's first oil refinery in 50 years will be setting up shop at the Rio Grande Valley port of Brownsville. President Trump made the announcement 2 days back. Port officials had a big press conference yesterday. The port director, William Dietrich, telling KURV and told all the media yesterday at a gathering at 10 o'clock in the morning that this refinery will be on 240 acres of land about 2 miles west of the Shrimp Basin. It'll take about 1,500 people to build this thing, and in the end will provide about 500 permanent jobs. In other news, some Republicans are backing President Trump's plan to end birthright citizenship.
Senator Ted Cruz of Texas says the 14th Amendment was meant to address the status of slaves after the Civil War. And at a Capitol Hill hearing this week, he says the idea that it confers status on anybody born on U.S. land is a relatively new idea.
And directly contrary to the almost universal view at the time the amendment was ratified.
The president's executive order, which was issued last January, is being challenged in the courts. The Supreme Court is scheduled to hear arguments on the 1st of April. Opponents say the 14th Amendment has been upheld for years, including by judges.
That's Michael Board with that report. 2 new polls saying that more Americans, are rationing medicine and postponing retirement so that they can have affordable health care, have insurance. About 1/3 of adults who responded to a new Gallup poll said that they had to make compromises to afford health care over the past year. The U.S. plans to release 172 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve.
Energy Secretary Chris Wright made the announcement Wednesday after the International Energy Agency announced it would release 400 million barrels from its own reserves. This comes as the oil supply is being disrupted due to the Iran conflict. Oil tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz has slowed to a trickle, causing the biggest disruption in history. The U.S. will begin releasing the barrels next week. I'm Mark Mayfield.
An Iran-linked group saying that they were able to hack American medical tech company's Stryker. The breach wiped data from some employee devices. And today is National Girl Scout Day, marking the first Girl Scout troop meeting back in 1912.
Since then, more than 50 million girls and adult volunteers have participated in the program that builds courage, confidence, and character. The girls bond over camping and collaborate on community programs, all with purpose and a smile. Taylor Swift, Mariah Carey, Queen Elizabeth II, even Michelle Obama were all Girl Scouts. And don't forget, it's Girl Scout Cookie Time, which is a huge supporter of Scout activities. I'm Bree Tennis.
And there's a new blood test that could predict a woman's chances of dementia as early as 25 years before symptoms appear. Scientists with the University of California, San Diego, found that higher levels of one particular protein, one linked to Alzheimer's disease, were linked with future cognitive impairment. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us on your smartphone. You can do that by finding the free app called Radio Para Mí. Go get it and find 710 KURV at Radio Para Mí.
If expanding your footprint is on the agenda this year, consider the strategic advantages of Harlingen, Texas, your gateway to the entire Rio Grande Valley. The Harlingen Economic Development Corporation is ready to support your launch, relocation, or expansion with tailored resources designed to move your business forward. Located in the heart of the valley, Harlingen offers a powerful vantage point for reaching customers and markets across the region. As a designated hub city, it delivers all 4 modes of transportation: road, rail, air, and water. water, giving companies unmatched logistical flexibility and quick, low congestion access into Mexico through the Los Indios International Bridge, providing a clear edge for manufacturing and distribution. From renewable energy and aerospace to logistics, healthcare, advanced manufacturing, back office operations, and retail, opportunity is built into the foundation of Harlingen. Explore what's possible at harlingenedc.com. That's harlingenedc.com.